Sure, my name is Nick Koniuszko and I'm a writer, producer, and director. Well, the thing that made me want to get into filmmaking was that I used to do a lot of writing, and I always thought that filmmaking would be a logical extension of that. I studied film at Homeschooling at the Glen Waverley campus, but now it's under the University of Canberra. I started in 2010 and studied there until 2013, and yeah, I had an amazing time there. Absolutely amazing. First film that I ever made, it wasn't really a film, it was a small documentary that I made back in Homeschooling, 2010. It was a small documentary about a friend of mine who's kind of the class clown, and it was an interesting sort of subject, and decided to follow him around for a couple of minutes to film my footage. And a lot of fun memories of that first short. The sort of vision I want to bring to my work is obviously a lot of detail. I'm detail focused, even the smallest things from production design to, just the way the characters act. I always try and hone in on that. I'm a stickler for small details. I just can't get away from that. So that's the direction I always take with my work. I'd say my favorite film that I've made so far will probably have to be Incident Report. It's a movie I wrote and produced and directed. It's had a long production history dating as far back as 2011, and just seeing it slowly come to life over the years, even though it's taken a long time, it's been hugely rewarding. I could finish that movie and just be happy with my career as it is, but I'm not going to. Well, what I'm working on at the moment is the final shoot date for Little Miseries, dated for June of this year. At the same time, in post-production on Incident Report, finally getting it out the door this year, which I'm really excited about. A little bit nervous because I'm kept it in the dark for so long that people are finally going to be able to see it. And working on Daughters as well, which is going to be really amazing. Just more projects along with my collaborator, Dia Taylor. Future projects. Got a few lined up at the moment. I'm also a short story writer. I like to write a lot of horror at the moment, so I'm putting all that together into a little anthology that hopefully will get published sometime next year. Other projects include work that a lot of my friends have invited me on board for which I said yes to. Benny Rags, got a few of his projects I've been invited on. Alex Skubieski, good friend of mine, he's invited me to his projects. So yeah, just take them as they come. Well, the process I have for choosing actors is fairly straightforward. Obviously, looks are important, demographics, height, age, gender. Sometimes looks can help as well. If a character has a particular appearance that matches the character's background or, the history that they've had, it might help as well. But also, you can't rule out, their performance as well. So obviously, the audition process helps with that as well. The biggest challenge I've encountered in film is probably the scheduling and availability of cast and crew. Just the idea of trying to get everyone available on the same shoot day or the same portion of the year, that can be a challenge in itself. And all you can do is just laugh it off, but it can be quite stressful when you're nearing that shoot date. It's just approaching day after day. I do believe in giving actors a chance, because even if you have an unknown actor who's appearing for his first day of acting, that person can surprise you. I think that just relying on the same people narrows down your possibilities of discovering new talent. And if you don't discover that new talent yourself, somebody else will. So I think it's always good to keep an open mind of people who want that opportunity. And if you give it to them, you might get something great back in return.
Come on!
Well, the three filmmakers that have been an inspiration to me, first one would probably be James Cameron. Like him, I love science fiction. I love his design choices. I'm a visual person myself, being left-handed. And another director I really like is Ridley Scott. He's just absolutely amazing with his sense of atmosphere. Three films that inspire me. Well, the first one, I would say would have to be Fight Club. I just love that movie. It's absolutely incredible. second film that I kind of really enjoy would be Goodfellas, Martin Scorsese's gangster movie that I think is probably better than The Godfather. Has a lot more outage, has a lot more power, and just the editing of it is just fantastic. And the main movie that I really, really enjoy, that's my favorite, is Aliens. Again, a James Cameron movie. Well, personally, the biggest challenge I think that faces the film industry, I think, is it's hard to say actually. I think the biggest challenge I think is where we get our funding for films. Obviously, we could have the crowdfunding option. We also got government funding bodies, but they've got their own set of restrictions that filmmakers have to get around. I think the biggest challenge is also the accessibility of locations. I think that's the main important thing. But Australia's film industry is quite young. It's had a good career, a really good history, and I hope it will evolve in the future. I think what makes a good name for a production company is something that really stands out, and something that's really exciting and something that punches at you when you watch it on the screen. Whether it be like a kick-ass logo or a really exciting animation, I think it's all in the name and something that just defines who you are and the sort of energy you want to give off when they first see your project on the screen. Hey.
Jeremy?
What the fuck happened to you?
I got into another fight.
Oh, right.
Who with? Take a guess.
Those things again?
They're not things.
I think with the idea of whether to stay here or to go to Hollywood or anywhere else, I would love to do both. Because even though Hollywood's the main goal, as it always has been for the last century, I think that there's always possibilities in other countries that still have an emerging film industry. I mean, Bollywood would be an exciting venture, going to Europe, filming in France, if you can speak French, going to Canada, which they refer to as Hollywood North, filming in maybe Mexico, which is Hollywood South, staying in Australia, maybe New Zealand. The industry is absolutely growing as well. Like in the last 20 years, New Zealand has proven itself to be a powerhouse when it comes to crew members, directing, special effects. So the possibilities are not just in Hollywood now, it's everywhere. And obviously Australia is going to be in there as well. So, it's not just one place, but it can be anywhere. Well, the advice I'd probably give anybody who wants to be in the industry and is aspiring to do so, I would say, whatever challenges you have, don't take it personally. It's good to network, be humble, treat everyone with respect, because this industry has no time for egos, even though you think that it is part of it. So I would say just be yourself, and yeah. I think the only words that I can sign off with is that I'd like to thank everyone I've worked with over the past few years. I've met some amazing people, and they've always been supportive and helpful, and I've learned a lot from them. Yeah.